Hello, welcome to the Isekast.
Oh, that's my thing.
Oops.
I'm saying it again.
You am the sullen
you
equine.
are welcome to the Isekast. Death comes for us all.
Butthurt horse.
Hey, I'm Dead Horse, and instead of our usual awkward opening, we're opening with a bit of competition.
No, now we're opening with a mad opening.
No,
Okay.
now we're opening with me kicking your ass.
No, now we're opening with I am a god and I cannot be defeated, and any attempt to do so is not truly
See,
complete.
now you know that every single thing he just said was a lie because he already contradicted the fact that he just got defeated by me.
Yeah, but
now you know the entire thing was a lie.
Defeated,
now you know that he is worthless, powerless, and is just a little
there
speck
is no
of dust on
defeat
the bottom
unless
of the
I
ocean.
admit it to be so.
All right, you guys got
what you're saying.
5 minutes of this recording to hash this out, and then we're gonna start talking about.
No, we're good. Just start.
No, we're good. I already won. Anyways.
Oh, maybe we're not done. Maybe we're not done.
we gonna talk about Meikyuu Black Company now?
We watched Meikyuu Black.
What's 17 plus 5?
We didn't watch it. We read it.
23. 22!
I won!
No!
All right, now that's settled. What do we read?
We read Meikyuu Black.
Meikyuu Black.
I'm in too much shame. I need to retreat.
I knew that would get you too.
I need to retreat.
I knew that would get you.
Meikyuu Black Company or the Dungeon Black Company.
Is that what it's called?
It is the worst name.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean it is a Black Company dungeon. It's a dungeon.
Right, but like Black Company is specifically like the Japanese super businesses that like have overworked workers, and they're just like, oh, people reading this are Japanese. They know what that means.
Yeah, it's only a super business.
We can't just say slaves. Let's just say Black Company.
It's only a super business if they have slaves, because slaves make you better.
I mean, if you think about it,
they add to your strength.
It's an isekai, so like
they expand upon.
It's almost reverse isekai, where the normal isekai starts where it's a guy that works for a black company and then he disappears and goes into another world. Where this was a guy who was successful in the other world and then goes into a black company.
Okay, so this main character has the ultimate, the true goal. He understands the world beyond any other isekai character we have ever seen, and that is that he is not out for anything but the ability to be a NEET comfortably. All right.
I love him.
All he
so
wants,
much, just because of
in the very beginning, it starts where he's finally achieved his ultimate goal, in that he has enough steady passive income that he can forever never leave his room.
I would buy silk for that, man.
He just
yeah.
I'd buy silk for that, man.
He can just sit in his room forever now because he bought 3 condos and is and off like overseas.
Does it ever
property.
say 3 condos specifically?
It says 3 condos specifically because he turns his home into the penthouse of one of them.
Yeah, he is like a real estate mogul.
Yeah, well, I know he invested.
He's literally Joseph Joestar, except
worse.
But he's
except worse. But they have similar
and somehow
haircuts.
more buff.
They have similar haircuts. No, I'm gonna go ahead and correct you there.
They do have
his
similar
back is
haircuts.
definitely more muscular.
No, he is just more muscular. Okay, buff was the wrong word.
Yeah,
he's not as buff. He's not as massive.
Buff implies big and better.
He's trim. He's trim, but he's muscular.
But he's
his
too
muscle.
Trim. He's too defined.
He's got a lot of tone.
No, you know when you like pull the leg off of a chicken after you cook it? That's what his back looks like. It's just like stringy.
No, it looks like one of those
disgusting
anatomical models without skin, but then they put skin over it, but like really tight.
Yeah, except it has double the amount of muscles.
Yeah.
His back is disgusting in the first panel.
Mm-hmm.
Because he steps out of the shower.
But he achieves the ultimate goal of becoming a NEET at 23, where he can retire.
It's not bad.
And
honestly,
live the rest
really
of his life in one room.
I'm actually kind of jealous because
I am too.
I'm 21 and I'm recording a podcast about isekai manga.
So I've hit a bottom.
Sad.
I've hit a bottom I'll never go below.
Yeah. There is no coming up from this. Well, I guess there's only up from this.
Yeah, there's only up.
Yeah.
But he achieves this goal. And he's like, he's so happy. And he looks down he looks out of his window on the raining day, down at all the people shuffling to school and driving inch by inch to work. He's like, it must be nice, you plebeians.
No, he's just like, man, it's a good day. I'm glad. I just woke up and it's 9. People have probably been up for about 3 hours. Then he looks out the window. Oh, nice weather. It's just pouring and shitty outside. He's just like, oh, these puny students walking to school, cowering under their umbrellas, trying not to get wet, each car moving inch by inch to get to their miserable lives at work. Oh, have fun, you peasants.
But contrary.
It's amazing.
Can I just say, how I think this line of thinking is justified.
Yeah.
Because
yes, because you think like this often.
No. I think like this often. Hi, I'm Dead Horse, a man who is very into his own facade,
vain into the ultimate extreme.
But so here's the thing that I think, like, he has earned this. Like, it is. I mean, like, real estate. I don't know if it's a tough business or not, but like,
it's not easy.
It's a dangerous business. It's not necessarily hard.
He's had to make a lot of connections. He's had to do a lot of favors, make a lot of friends, and sell a lot of property.
Yes.
And I mean, this is just the ultimate reward for his hard work.
Because to get to the point where you're living off of just the income from your real estate, you have to work up. Because the way real estate normally works is that you buy a not very valuable piece of property and then sell it when it goes up, or you change that piece of property so that the value of that land goes up.
Yeah.
So let's just think about it like this. He's 23.
Mm-hmm.
He got out of high school at 18. Do you think he was like building this up at 18, like he was getting finances together?
Oh yeah. No, he's so driven. That's what I really respect about him. He's driven and he gets his goals.
My theory is that most likely in like high school, he's
a piece of shit, but he's great.
Yeah.
In high school, he was probably like working part-time jobs.
Yep.
All the way up until graduation. He saved the whole time so that he could buy land and then work the real estate market, probably through gentrification, because that's the only way I can conceive of someone making money that quickly.
Nah, that's all right. Fuck it.
Is gentrification even a thing in Japan?
Yeah. It's a thing everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Because gentrification is only the concept of valuing up an area. So you buy the land of a whole area, or many plots of land in an area dispersed evenly, and then you make them all really, really nice buildings, which means in turn the rents and price of the entire area go up, making your land go up more than it normally would.
But also, gentrification works so well in America because of the hipster population.
It works so well.
It works very well.
Nobody's mad about it.
Nobody's mad about it.
Anyone.
Black Lives Matter.
But it does sell well to hipsters at least.
You're so scared.
You're so. Anyway, I think it's justified. I think the fact that he's worked his way up here and now feels that he can look down on these people, while it is conceded, it is justified because he did the work.
But his life is...
Anybody else could have done similar things to what he did and tried their own luck and hand at it. Except, no, they just went to college.
I mean, it's
got a normal
similar
career.
concept to playing the stock market, but way more expensive and less risky.
Yeah.
And he was just successful. Because when you're educated on the subject, you can do well. That's just how it works.
Anyway, so that's his life story up to this point. We're gonna get into the isekai section,
or at least a lot of conjecture on his life story.
Yeah, I guess a lot of conjecture.
But the isekai section, all right?
No, we're not doing the isekai section yet.
No, we'll do that after.
The author.
Oh yeah.
The author of Meikyuu Black Company is
bad, untalented,
Yuhei
stupid, black.
He's Japanese.
Wait, I just
he's Japanese
I just
easily.
did the same thing twice in a row in my bed.
That's so racist.
Racist jokes.
Yuhei Yasumura. He did both the story and the art. This is just a straight manga, folks. It ain't no light novel, which probably explains why it's a little bit more...
It's actually really bad for standalone isekai manga, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's concise.
Yeah. Well, for standalone, yes.
Yeah. It stays...
For not being...
based
in comparison to
else,
other isekai manga that are based on nothing, it is not as good.
It stays closer to the author's vision, I feel like, because think about Konosuba.
It is the author's vision.
No, but I'm saying in comparison with other manga that are illustrated by other people, like Konosuba, we just finished looking at that one. You know, that one obscure.
And a lot of the
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
You weren't here. You died.
You
died and you were revived.
Well, I know.
No, there's an official canon to this.
No, you guys beat me up because I wasn't on the episode.
No, yeah, we beat you to death.
Yeah.
You were dead. And then... By the holy miracle that is
Divine lightning.
Via divine lightning.
This is actually an alternate universe.
Via divine lightning in a Frankenstein-esque experiment, you were brought back to life.
I have nuts on my pupils.
And
why is this so detailed? Shouldn't this just honestly be he was fucking reincarnated? We're on an isekai podcast.
No, he was reinvigorated.
No, I call it the Isekast podcast.
With new life by the Isa gods to be enslaved by the cage on his nutsack and balls.
There's a cage?
Both of them. Both your nutsack and balls. There's a spiked cage that will fall. That will fall like the rock over Vivek.
Oh, that was a good reference, but I'm still scared.
Right onto your nuts and your balls.
Shout out to anybody who gets that reference. I don't think anybody's going to get it.
And then Ash Mountain will explode, and your nose will never be the same.
I can think of another.
Now, if people don't get it, it's sad.
I can think of another reference, one that the classicalists might enjoy, but I'm not going to say it because you've already ruined it with
Okay, announcing your references already makes the references worthless.
So they're done.
Yeah, I know.
They're dead.
I was gonna think of one that was more whatever. The manga was serialized by Magkami, which doesn't have a whole lot of stuff that we recognize.
Magnum Capcom.
Meikyuu Black Company being the most distinct art style, at least out of all of them.
Yeah.
Not saying it has a great art style. It looks a lot like a Trigger show, but like
worse.
It's worse because it doesn't have any motion, and
I still think it's worse. Emotion. Like standalone, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not made by Trigger. So,
I know.
It's
Trigger's
not
like dope.
It just looks similar.
Really,
the way they draw hair and faces is very similar to Trigger.
Like
the art style is like much better than the things we read before, but I don't like it still. I don't like the style of it.
I don't know. I kind of liked it, like in the shots that except for the fucking dragon lolly, who's just entirely pink.
It looked like he was trying to draw anime.
Yeah,
not manga.
A perfect example between the difference between this and like a Trigger show in like their art style is that new something with the Franks show that's going on by Trigger right now. All right. I know nothing about it, but you know what I do know is that I'm tempted to watch it over the fact that the girls' asses look so great. I'm not tempted to read this because asses look good. And that's the big difference.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I haven't kept up with Trigger stuff.
Oh,
that show is bad.
Well, we're talking about isekai protagonists and Meikyuu Black Company.
Well,
today.
it's okay. Just one real quick thing. I just want to say, from what I know about that Franks show, it's literally just like Evangelion, but now they pilot the robots by teenagers fucking. That's what I heard. That's the only thing I heard.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I heard.
Sounds amazing, doesn't it?
Sounds amazing. That's
like the plot premise of Evangelion, except a lot less subtle.
Yeah, no, it's literally they just took Evangelion, but they did it for real though.
All right.
No, it's real. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the
Isekai section
that makes Meikyuu interesting because I think there are two categories in which isekai manga fall into, and mind you, this only applies if you've come to the point in which you've fallen to just reading bad manga for the sake of like finding interesting concepts, and this falls under the you should read it for an interesting idea if that's what you're looking for, whereas things like Smartphone are like just don't even bother.
Just don't even in another world with my Deus Ex, don't bother.
And I think this is truly a reverse isekai. It's a reverse isekai, but not in like what actually happens, in tropes. Normally in an isekai, when you are isekai'd, your life gets better. Like you gain a lot. This is the robbing of him. This is taking everything from him. This is the end.
The perfect super neat.
He reached his life goal.
He was even healthy.
He was even healthy, and it was robbed from him, and he was made unhealthy, and he lived in a terrible place, and he had a terrible life.
They bathed literally once a month. He worked 14 hours a day, 7 days a week.
It even showed the moment in which he was like gonna have the perfect good isekai experience, and that's when a lion man and like an ogre man came up in suits, and he showed them his iPad. And it was like just this little side panel. And he shows them his iPad. And they're like, wow, that's like incredible. Is that like magic? And he's like, no, it's this. But then he says that because they couldn't find immediate profit out of it, they just ruined his life. Because he borrowed a bunch of money to like do something from them.
20 million.
20 million G.
Or 20 millions G is how they kept saying it. They kept adding an S after the word million.
Their money system's weird. It looks like they use gold or like a gold
It's probably yen.
It's a gold standard, but it's yen, so it's like fucking a lot.
It's probably
like that's a lot of gold.
Gen.
It's probably gen.
But he borrowed a bunch of money to like do an idea, and then his life got ruined because he borrowed a bunch of money, and they didn't keep supporting him because it wasn't an immediate profit, and so he just got fucked.
Yeah.
And his life was over because of the isekaiing. And that was the first interesting thing about this, in that rather than doing the isekai thing where he finds new value in this new world, he is in an objectively worse spot here.
Oh yeah.
And he is the only isekai character in which I think he has a legitimate reason to try and find a way back to go back to his own world.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time, the overarching goal for an
He had
isekai
the
character
perfect life back home.
is to figure out, how do I get back?
Regardless of whether you want to be a NEET or not, his life is still perfect because he doesn't ever have to work
Exactly.
at all. And
Also,
things are still paid for.
That's
That's
honestly
the best for everybody.
that's honestly a huge problem I have with a lot of isekai.
Is why do they want to go back?
Like, yeah, it's
like,
it's more interesting. They have developed like connections here,
And-
almost akin to family and friends.
A lot of the time,
Pretty much just friends.
a lot of the time they show that they don't really have like relatives or anything that they want to go back to. They just want to go back for some reason. And
It's like, oh, I grew up in this world.
I grew up here, but I'm here. I'm a duke, and I'm rich as shit, and I've got like 6 girls
I've
on
got
my dick
super
constantly.
magic and lollies.
And I can annihilate castles with my mind, but I want to go back, man.
I want to go
like,
back.
what about the internet?
Yeah,
I want to.
it seems like
anime.
my only guess for most isekai could be that
Hey,
they just
man.
want porn
Hey
back.
man,
That is a good enough reason if you can't acquire a harem. If a character acquires a harem and they're like, I want porn back, you're wrong.
just fuck them.
There's
The whole point of
there's-
having a harem.
I feel like there's a little bit of personal things mixed in this.
Yeah, okay. Look, listen. If you
Like,
get a
what-
harem of 5 people, 5 girls, that's all you need to never need porn. Because if you have a rotation, you can be not used to a girl after a while, and then it's all brand new again. And
If there is a single female listening, to
Yeah, I
this,
was just thinking
I
that.
am so sorry.
Why the
I
fuck are you
deeply
here is a better
apologize.
question. Why are you here?
Hey man, not like you can't just limit degeneracy to the males.
I'm not limiting it. I'm just asking, why is anybody here?
True.
Once again, hey, hit that notification button if you want to dodge a bullet.
It's the first we're literally doing the first episode of Red vs. Blue, where he's like, hey, why are we here? And he's like, I don't know. Why are we here? Everyone has their own reason, but like, I've never, really thought about it. And then he's like, no, I mean, why the fuck are we here? Specifically here in this canyon, doing nothing.
Yeah, it's that's honestly a lot like that.
That's
Like,
one of the best jokes in the whole show, and it's literally the first thing they say.
If anybody is listening to this, I'm sorry, and you shouldn't be, but you should stick around because I'm starting a
I
Patreon
will-
next episode.
I will give you
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh my
I
god.
didn't know about this, but okay.
Okay, that is
No, it's not going to
This
get any
is an
money.
announcement. This is an
Please-
announcement
yeah.
to the group.
Please don't give us money.
No, that's the whole joke, though.
Yeah.
We're going to have it.
It's gonna.
Yeah, we're
be
gonna
there.
have it.
It's going to exist.
It's just
Name it. Don't give us money.
for the
No,
love
yeah. It's going to be like patreon.com/don't pay me.
Yeah,
No money.
don't pay me. What would we even give to donors?
What? We don't have
Nothing.
much to offer. I will already shout out anybody who asks for it or say literally anything.
The number one reward for donating to our Patreon once it comes out, it'll be the pain of having lost money and given it to us,
Yeah.
the monsters that are taking your money for no reason.
Also, we're fucking polluting. This is literally just pollution now.
Yeah.
But we're now. This has become
The
more.
internet is the ocean, and
Actually,
we are
no,
destroying
I legitimately
it. and it's
would consider this a form of pollution, because the podcast market, right? The more that
This
is
is
in it,
inflation.
I'm going to say
it's,
this.
it's inflation.
I am going to
Yeah.
say this completely. Finish your thought, but we are going to have to keep this segment of just shitting on our own shit to about 5 minutes.
No.
No, don't. Why are you limiting us?
Because we don't need anything more than 5 minutes of destroying our own product.
We do if we want to do it for more than 5 minutes.
But what I'm saying is, like, we're polluting the general podcast quality. All right, there's this idea of all podcasts, how quality it generally is to listen to podcasts. Or if you were to click a random button on a list of all podcasts, whether or not you're going to find a quality thing, the percentage chance. The existence of this podcast actively lowers that percentage, causing a pollution of the podcast
That's
universe.
true. Yeah.
From a macro standpoint, you are correct.
Well, that's even more sad because this is not like the only podcast thing we plan on doing or have technically done in the past.
You're right. This is just the
And
most
those are
low effort
actually
and
supposed to be
put out.
serious, high-quality things. So we're kind of fucking ourselves over. But that was also the entire point of doing
the intent
this.
of this.
The intent of this was to like a purposefully low-quality, low-effort podcast in which we don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like if you actually get past like 40 minutes in any of the episodes, I'm like proud of you and also scared for your mental health at the same time.
I want to bring it a little bit back to Meikyuu Black Company.
Yeah.
We're getting
sad.
off.
Let's
Sorry,
Sad.
abrupt
we're getting off
180 to
we're-
Meikyuu Black Company.
No, we're getting off topic
Cry.
simply because Meikyuu Black Company honestly doesn't have a lot to talk
No,
about
there's
besides
really
its
not.
protagonist. Its
So
protagonist
let's talk
is
about
great.
its protagonist more.
Well,
Go
there's a few things that I want to bring
Okay.
up about the universe first, because there's like vaguely, like not enough to really talk about at length, but vaguely interesting, like little bits. Firstly, there's not racism. There's no racism. If you notice, they aren't racist at all.
Unrealistic
Towards
and bullshit.
different races.
Also, anything that doesn't have racism
Yeah.
is immediately like -2 on the 10 scale for me.
Exactly. But another thing, they are a very corporatized world with fantasy elements,
Yeah.
and that's a surprisingly uncommon thing to do.
It is true.
Third, the head lady of the company is super hot. I find her super hot. With the horns and the wings.
I don't like domineering people.
I don't know. I don't like her personality at all. It's her design.
You like-
Eh.
I like suits. I like girl suits a lot.
Hey, David,
Yeah.
sad horse. Let's just awkwardly sit here in silence and
Yeah.
let him continue try and justify.
The
You
next thing.
can't. I can't see
I
it.
don't know. I like it. I like the design. Also, she probably has red hair. Red hair's good.
She probably
She probably has
probably
red
has
hair.
red hair.
Now you're just projecting.
To those of you who
Like
don't,
actually.
hey,
Yeah.
if you're somehow watching this and you don't know that manga is usually in black and white,
Guess what? It's usually in black
it's
and
usually in black and white.
white.
And by usually we mean in this case it is black and white.
Yeah, we don't know if she has red hair,
And-
and I don't know why he would think she has
I
red
don't
hair. She
think-
obviously has black hair.
Oh, the very last thing. I find the idea of heroes being like a
In
corporate
suits?
asset
Oh.
interesting.
I honestly don't like that because it's just like, what's the fucking point of being a hero? Then you're just sort of like,
Well, I find it a realistic position because after a while, like they understand the regular rates of how often heroes are born and their general abilities and what they can do and what they can't do on average. That's just like how it would end up.
this exposition we're talking about here sounds a lot like Death March, where they just talk like, oh yeah, a hero shows up like every couple years or so.
Yeah, no, it's-
manufactured, brought here and manufactured by one country.
Yeah. So the idea that
Overlord.
the idea of corporatizing heroes to a point in which they know the statistics behind heroes is an interesting idea to me, and it was one of the interesting things about Death March to me, but they never explore it because they're fucking dumb. And that's all the other everything besides the main character that's interesting over the entire thing. That's it.
As much as David likes bashing on it, I did find the art style interesting. I didn't think
I
it
don't
looked.
like bashing it.
I don't
I
think.
I specifically curbed myself because I said it wasn't bad. It's just not my thing.
Okay.
It
So-
looks like bad Black Lagoon to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like a
that's a
fantasy element.
really good description.
Yeah.
Mind you, Black Lagoon looks amazing.
Now let me.
It's one of my favorite shows, even though the plot isn't that fantastic.
So
Still really like it.
they recently introduced in the manga, in its most recent chapters, a female protagonist to the male protagonist.
That's a genre on Steam.
Female protagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's running simulator.
No, walking.
So she
simulator.
walking simulators. She is a corporate hero, sort of, and she is almost completely brainwashed, or at least like up until the most recent chapter, she was completely brainwashed. Now she sort of started to doubt it, but and I'm going to talk about why she's infinitely better than the demon head lady, because
Sorry, the only thing is just that the demon head lady looks good. She's not an interesting character.
It's also not a lowly.
I don't like Wallace though.
Ravioli.
Ravioli,
Don't
ravioli.
lewd the dragon lowly.
Yeah.
There's a dragon lolly
He's
in
been
this
waiting
one too.
all day. He's been waiting all day for that.
Yeah.
I have. That's my catchphrase. I do that a surprising amount of times, and now it's actually applicable to the subject matter. It never is, but now it is.
Anytime dragon lollies come up, they come up.
It's my time to shine if a dragon lolly ever shows up.
The problem is
rare,
that the word dragon lolly comes up in conversation more than once a year, and that's the problem I have with it.
It comes up like at least once a month.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Wow, we have problems.
Okay.
That's
all
an
right.
issue.
All right, listen. Something I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to speed run the plot.
Go for it.
Okay.
I want us to.
Can I just say one thing?
I don't remember it very well, so this
Can
is
I
a
just
team
say?
effort.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
The character design for the hero lady is infinitely better because of
I
one
really
thing.
like her outfit.
Yeah, her outfit's good, and also her hair looks better.
I don't know. I thought the dragon lolly's outfit was pretty good.
No, I really like long hair.
It's funny because the dragon lolly's outfit is literally just scales over her
Over Vagoo.
Yeah, over the
her
nip.
bagoo and her boo.
Yeah, over her vagoo and her boo.
Yeah.
But like
Pretty good
long
outfit.
hair is nice. Like
Yeah.
I do really like the hero girl's look because her clothing is great. Because it's like basically a thong with tights. And that's
Not great.
That's great.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm gonna throw
Superman.
my ballot in for short hair. I like short hair better than not like boyish short hair, but like just short hair.
Yeah, like
it's like
down,
you have the capability to have longer hair, but you
down
keep
to
it
like
short
right
for
here.
a stylistic
down to like,
reason.
Like
And it
right
looks
here.
good.
This is an
Yeah,
audio
yeah.
format, so it makes no sense. But like right here.
Yeah, right.
He's pointing at the base of his
Hey,
neck, by the way.
viewers, he's pointing right at his beard.
Right at the end of my beard.
It was a little bit lower. But yes, about there.
Yeah, no, I like really long hair.
Nah.
I like both when they look good.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but like
I'm not really picky about the length. It just can't
All
be
right,
too
all right.
long or too short.
you
know?
pick a girl that already looks good, and you pick a good-looking long hair and a good-looking short hair. Which do you prefer?
It depends on what the girl looks like.
Wait, I can fix this. Okay. So
Okay.
there's a good-looking long-haired girl. There's a good-looking short-haired girl. Probably just say you're
They're about
idealistic.
equally
And then right next to both of them is a good-looking girl who has a ponytail. Which one do you pick?
Ponytail.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
ponytail.
Yeah. See?
Ponytails are way too good.
Oh, you
because-
know it's even better?
Okay,
Side ponytail like
Hold
Deb
on,
from Napoleon
Hold on,
Dynamite.
I have a very
Holy shit.
specific. I have a very specific thing
Okay.
to add. Only a ponytail if they do not tighten their hair.
Yes.
Oh, you're
God.
talking about like the completely
when
tight.
it's like
Yeah.
skin tight and it's
Where
like shiny.
It's
and
really tightened flat into a ponytail.
Yeah, no.
That's terrible.
That does not
That
look as good.
ruins people.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but that's just because it's anti-messy hair. And
Yeah,
I am on team messy hair.
messy hair is
Messy
very
hair
powerful.
is so attractive.
That's why curly hair is good
Or
because
it's even better. Okay, I like girls who have long hair more now, specifically because when they put it up,
Yeah,
when girls put hair up,
but then
all I
long
can do is
hair,
clap.
long wavy hair specifically, because wavy hair looks messier but isn't necessarily messier, and people don't want to be messy, and so you don't.
I want people to be
Okay,
messy.
you
It's
want
hot.
it, but people won't usually do it because they don't like it.
Yeah.
But people look messier when they have wavy hair, but aren't actually messy.
All right,
Yeah.
so let me.
I mean, my hair gets really
let me
messy
count the
because
ballots.
it's just not straight.
So wavy long hair, messy long hair, because you can do the sort of put up
Because
thing.
you could.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Or
say
messy medium. I'm gonna say messy medium.
stylistic short hair or long hair in the sense that they can do a stylistic ponytail.
Yes.
That is.
I am actually with you.
Side ponytails are really good.
Side ponytails are the shit.
I said style. I
but
don't
not-
particularly
not-
care about the type of ponytail as long as it looks good. That's the
Yeah.
only. It doesn't
As long as
matter.
it looks good, yeah.
Oh, the really long braids that are long enough to that it's really specific, and it's
Okay.
very rare.
Okay.
But
okay.
I there's been a bunch of pictures that I saw circulated recently, which are like really, really long braids. It's just one braid, but instead of like it going down, it wraps around and they wear it like a scarf.
No.
That's weird.
It seems weird. I like it.
All right. This has become us talking about hair.
You see that picture on iFunny?
Yeah.
God.
I see all the pictures
damn
on
it.
iFunny.
God damn it.
If I talk about a picture I'm seeing, it's probably on iFunny.
That's an issue.
Okay, can we? For the love
Yes,
of God,
just all right,
there's just
Duncan.
not enough to talk about in Meikyuu. I think
Duncan.
we're all picking
Oh yeah,
up
the
on it.
speedrun thing.
Speed run it.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah, speed
All
run.
right.
I literally only read the first chapter and not even all of it.
I read all the way through.
You're gonna have to help me. You read all the way through. You're gonna have to help. I don't remember it.
I can help with the beginning.
Good life, great life, bad life, shit, bad company,
You're not
black
even
company.
speed running it. You're just saying words that correlate to
That's
chapters.
the speed run. Good company, good life, bad life, black company. It's bad. Life's bad. Mining bad. Shit mining. New mining. Dragon. Right there. Dragon lolly. In the shit. Oh no. Get away.
God gave you no dick.
God gave you no dick. Get the lolly. Get the lolly. Get the meat. Get the meat. Don't get eat. Don't get eat.
Uh-huh.
Get the stick. Get the slaves. Get the slaves. Get the money.
Uh-huh.
Slaves no. Slaves don't go. They beat the ass. All right. But then you get it.
This is the
Now
world's
they
worst
know.
rap.
Now they know. It's turning into like a weird slam poetry.
I'm going to put a beat over this if I edit this.
Now they.
I'm going to put a beat
Now
over
they
this.
know. So you gotta go down deep to the rest. Oh no. Ants attack. Ants attack. Get away. Get to the place. Get the place and make the plan. Make the plan take over. New ants, new king. Old queen, gone queen.
She becomes more or less like a part of his group.
Gone queen, side queen. In that shit. Not the top. He's the top. I'm a winner.
Yeah, is that it?
Going deeper. Demon Lord. You gotta fight.
On the 5th level,
but
right?
you can't fight.
5th level?
Can't on 5th level can't fight. Heroes gotta fight. Heroes great, but you can't fight. Yeah,
Right?
Dragon eat dead shit.
Okay.
Was that the whole manga?
For the most part,
I missed one part. I missed the brainwashing part.
Would you like me to?
Do it.
Okay, so all right, so right, we already
That
talked
was
about
really
how
entertaining for me.
we already talked about how his life is pretty good. So just like a hole opens underneath his feet, and he's taken to this other world. And we were talking about it. He tries to use the things he had like on him to make it good for
never
himself.
justify or explain how he got there.
Yeah, no.
That kind of pisses me off.
But
So
I
it's-
like
it's
it
honestly
because it's
just a
always
hole.
dumb when people come up with reasons.
So
Always bad reasons.
Yeah, but like not having a reason just feels like a cop out.
Yeah.
Makes
So-
me feel even lazier.
he took out a loan to get money to like actually try and do this whole thing again because he's
in
like,
the new world, yeah.
I'm gonna do this real estate thing again in this new world, or like I'm gonna fucking make a scheme to make myself a hikikomori again. And I'm gonna use that
You
word.
two are gonna have to carry this. I need to cool down.
Yeah.
I need to
No, that was-
decompress.
I need to get the beat
Nah.
back
inside.
You spat some hot shit, dude. You just lay down some bars. You're good, nigga.
Yeah.
All right, so
He's actually like closing his eyes and relaxing.
I'm meditating. I'm regaining my energy.
Logan, please just continue.
I
the
will
plot.
continue. Okay, so
Help.
he's pretty much like sold to a black company in order to earn back this money from what is essentially it's like a trap almost. It's like a tiefling trap loan shark. Is his like is his loan shark. His loan shark is like a tiefling trap, I'm pretty sure. I think it's a boy, but it could be a girl. It could be a lolly. It could be a tiefling lolly lady, legal maybe. Anyway,
legal tiefling lolly sounds like something that I would be interested in learning more about.
she only shows up for a little bit.
Okay.
But she like beats the shit out of him later once he can't keep up on his loan.
See, now I have to look this up.
So he's working in this mine, and it is like back-breaking work. They're trying to mine up demon stones, which are apparently this like item they can use to make magic items and like all sorts of different things. But it's like not working. Obviously,
I'm back.
he's not making a lot of
Did you just-
progress
did you
towards his
feel
goal.
boobs?
No, I was regaining my power. I had to
He was
reach
like
to the power.
He was doing like
and
a
pull
groping
it back.
motion towards power. I
Okay,
guess.
but it started out like this.
he was
Did it?
he
I
was
didn't
literally
know how my
groping
hands-
power.
You were literally like groping, like you were groping boobs.
Anyway, he makes this. He's like along with this guy. Well, what was his name? I can't fucking remember his name. Wannabe shows up. He's like a lizard man.
His name is literally just Wannabe spelled wrong.
Spelled terribly. Spelled evil.
Wanibe.
Wannabe.
I've had a gripe with the spelling of a word every episode I've been on so far.
Yeah.
Wannabe. Spellings of wannabe gone wrong.
Wannabe.
Gone sexual.
There's no way we're saying this right. Wannabe the lizard man. He calls him over to listen to like his scheme for being able to earn more money at the company. And the scheme is essentially they go on a business trip, which is an expedition into the lower areas by themselves. Very lethal, and it's very profitable usually, but like still probably results in a lot of deaths. They go down there. They start mining a bunch of demon stones in this unsighted branch of the mine / dungeon that they sort of like work in. And they're bringing up a lot, but before they can continue mining after this first day, a gigantic bee shows up and they have to hide or make a plan. And
they make a plan.
Well, it wasn't a giant bee.
Beast. I said beast.
He said beast.
Oh, I thought you said
no, it was a large bee, and they were like, "Ooh, I'm allergic."
Oh no. What was it? What's that guy's name?
Sting me.
It's the main character.
Ninomiya.
What?
Ninomiya.
Yeah, Ninomiya says, "All right, Wikupo, go be bait," just so he can. It seems like
Ninomiya the winner.
Ninomiya the winner. It seems like he never has a plan, yet somehow always comes up with a plan.
He does. He's Joseph Joestar.
Yeah,
he's literally Joseph Joestar.
He has a similar hairstyle too, but he ends up promising the dragon food, essentially human food, in exchange for letting them mine here. So the dragon turns into a dragon lolly for next to no reason, but like it makes
they need it.
They need a girl who's on screen and almost entirely naked for the majority of the publication. Yeah,
we decided on 98%.
She's like 98% naked. And she's also.
I think it would be like 96.
Yeah,
there's a surprising amount of scales.
What is nudity?
It is nudity.
Let's ruminate on the idea of nudity.
If
we're not ruminating on the idea of nudity.
Count as clothing?
That's the question.
If they're part of her skin,
because she doesn't seem
they're
naked.
Part of her skin.
You're right, but it doesn't feel lewd. It doesn't feel lewd like she's naked.
Okay, it doesn't have to be lewd, but she is still nude.
No,
the problem,
it must be lewd for true nude.
The problem is that they're not sexualized.
Yeah,
they're not sexualized in a large majority standard, but there probably is somebody whose fetish that is.
I love how like I got to live to see the day that Logan said a lolly not being sexualized was a problem. That's a win in my book. Oh God
fucking damn it!
You've been gotten, good sir.
Anyway, Dragon Lolly eats a lot as it happens. So they go to a really expensive restaurant, and he finds out that she eats a lot. And
she's a fucking dragon. What did you expect?
Yeah, she eats a lot, and it is a giant hit to his books. So now he has to work even harder. The company eventually takes notice of how much money he's bringing, and they actually put him on like one of the dungeon teams. And
everything's wrong. That makes everything terrible.
That makes everything terrible because now it's pretty much like work, but also he's still not making enough because it's expensive. Just shot through the roof. I think he is making progress. Like he does get better accommodations in the employee housing.
He's making progress, but he's not. He keeps having to change on the fly the way in which he's doing things. That's a problem.
It's very closed. Like it takes place on an entire. Like it just takes place in the company grounds.
Yeah,
is the entire manga almost. So he's like working in this team, and eventually like ants start showing up. I'm glossing over things here. There's plenty of other characters and like character development.
Yeah, there's like a whole slave thing with mind control and wannabe character develops and stuff. Yeah,
they do some mind control later, but it doesn't really matter. It's mainly just to explain how magic items work in this world.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they progress. They get on this team, and a colony of ants start showing up from lower parts of the dungeon, and they start killing a bunch of workers. And they actually like managed to survive through a cunning plan where they use company property that is it was like a magic item to hide their appearance and look as ants. Yeah. And then he actually talks.
It's like a polymorph.
Yeah, it was like a polymorph thing. And it also allowed him to talk to the ants. And he taught the ants democracy.
He taught them democracy, and then
Fools.
fascism.
And then fascism. He taught them democracy and
All
then
right.
fascism.
Previously, the ants were only aware of dictatorships. And then he teaches them democracy so that they can rise up against their dictator, their dictator leader that is the Ant Queen. And then he teaches them fascism by electing himself as the leader and then taking all of the power.
Yeah.
And putting it in the government.
Yeah.
And also the queen.
A skillful move to take over these ants.
The queen is like curvy for an ant. She looks almost like a human, except is like, I mean, it's probably somebody's thing, but she's curvy for an ant.
I know of a game called Forest of Blue Skins that proves that is someone's thing.
I was just thinking about that.
Anyway, she doesn't really get many lines, but like she is just
She's there.
She's a female added to the cast, so it's literally probably just a character for porn to be made of, if I think about it.
There's never going to be porn of it unless it gets an anime, which
Yeah.
I would actually not be surprised by in this case.
No, this could.
It
be
seems
an
very
anime.
adaptable.
Yeah.
It's not going to get adapted by Trigger, and it looks a lot like Trigger. They're going to have to take some
shit
liberties.
myself if Trigger made an
Yeah,
isekai.
dude. We'd have to do so much work. It would be like a 4-hour episode.
My personal favorite anime company is Shaft. Like Trigger is probably pretty
Shaft is
high up
pretty,
there.
I mean, my favorite anime studios don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
My current ones, though, it would have to be Shaft.
Well, if you liked
It has to
Gainax, then maybe you like Kara or Trigger. Both of them are Gainax, but not quite as good anymore.
Yeah, I know. It lost the spark.
One of them took the Ano, and the other one took the cool animators.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, but
Guys.
what?
Oh.
This is a podcast.
Why can't we just talk about anime directors and studios?
This is a podcast about...
Those are actually interesting.
This is a podcast about isekai, manga, and anime. We're not here to show that we actually happen to know a little bit about anime.
Dude, I give every single one of the episodes so many fucking tags.
Yeah.
I give them so many tags.
But dude, I like Bakemonogatari though.
But I really like
I
Three
want to talk
Gatsu.
about it
Three
sometimes.
Gatsu no Line is so good.
Okay.
It's
But I
so good.
can't because we gotta talk about
It's the best
Isekast
anime ever
because
made.
I'm an expert on isekai because I've read many hundreds. I'm probably breaking into thousands. I'm going slightly mad.
I haven't
You don't
broken
understand?
into
I read
thousands of
6
isekai, though.
yesterday.
Okay, let's continue.
I only read 2 yesterday, and neither of them were the one I was supposed to read for the episode.
He gains control of the ants.
Yes, he does.
It is now sort of his like job to more or less just like order them around and be like the new matriarch to them. Except I guess
He gets a cool
patriarch.
throne.
Yeah, he gets a cool throne.
I didn't notice, but then I noticed because I was rereading the most recent chapter, and he had a cool throne.
Wannabe is also still around.
He's around.
And his production actually goes up in that little group, and then he gets trained to join like upper groups. That's where this goes. His life once again gets worse because he has to go into training, which is almost essentially brainwashing.
Every promotion he gets is worse. Because every time he gets a promotion, his established position in which he can stably make the amount that he's making is completely ruined. And he has to come up with a completely new way to get back to the position he was just in.
It's also a lot more lethal.
It's a
every
lot more
single
lethal,
time. And he's
because-
not gaining skills. He's not like another isekai protagonist where it's like, oh well, I've learned all these
I've
skills
gotten
along the
stronger.
way.
He is exactly the same as when he started.
Yeah.
Because when he starts in the beginning, it's not very lethal, but it's fucking exhausting. It's terrible. Then it gets more lethal because he ends up interacting with the dragon. Then it gets even more lethal because he's interacting with actual monsters. Then it gets even more lethal because he gets brainwashed by a company.
Yeah.
That puts him into an even more dangerous position after the brainwashing.
He manages to break out of the brainwashing though.
Yeah. I can't remember how. How does he does it?
It was honestly just seemed like willpower to me. I was looking at the panels and I was like, how the fuck did he break out of it?
Well-
Was he never brainwashed to begin with? Did he catch on to this scam because he's such a good scammer himself?
Well, that might be it. Because if you know you're being brainwashed, but also have to continue.
And then he breaks Wannabe out of it.
Well, okay. If you know a little bit about brainwashing,
We don't want to talk.
you would know that being able to it's think of it as a similar idea to lucid dreaming. How if you can like train yourself to have a trigger for something, you can break yourself into a different mindset. when you get brainwashed, it's like establishing essentially a completely new mindset. And so if you can trigger something that gives you a specific like headspace, you can counteract mental influences.
Yes.
And so if I remember, I don't remember a lot about the brainwashing arc. If I remember, he does something like that and is also fucking with Wannabe to be able to do that too.
Yeah. I think he literally breaks him out of it, like on the boat back to the company.
Yeah.
Because like he breaks the action figure of the she's like a succubi, I'm pretty sure.
I'm relatively sure.
She's like, he breaks the doll of the succubi company lady. And now that I think about it, his loan shark tiefling person thing could also be maybe a sister or a daughter of hers, maybe. I could see that happening in a plot scenario. Anyway, that would make sense why he got sold to that company.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of corruption there. Anyway.
Nepotism.
Yeah, nepotism.
It's a good word.
Yeah, it's a cool word. But
I couldn't stop thinking about it today because we watched an episode of Orville. And I was like, oh, that's all nepotism.
Let's get back on track.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never.
So, by the way, every single time something new and dangerous comes up, like the ants, he pretty much just uses the dragon lolly to get out of it.
Which is why she's an amazing tool despite her cost.
Yeah.
I have a name for our podcast that's not the Isekast, just our normal podcast. And it's totally ripping off the PCP, and it's the Peanut Gallery podcast, so we can still use PCP, but it's PGP, and we could use a logo that's almost the exact same, but not quite.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
We'll use a DVD instead of a CD in the background of our logo.
No, a Blu-ray.
Oh, Blu-ray disc?
Yeah.
Okay. Or cassette tape.
Or like a record.
VHS. Record.
Laserdisc. Laserdisc.
Laserdisc because they're like weirdly bulky and like off-brand DVDs.
Or circular floppy drive.
That's a thing.
Why are we talking about theoretical podcasts right now?
He was specifically trying to derail you.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah.
No, I just thought about
it was your
PGP and I could not internalize it. Continue.
Okay.
I'm done.
All right.
So this whole brainwashing arc happens. It honestly isn't that hard. They just go into like some differences in the race thing in like the brainwashing arc. For example, like beastmen are kind of dumb, so they're like typical to it, but elves are pretty intelligent, so they don't fall to brainwashing as easily, and most of the time they just like fail out of the
we say brainwashing. We don't mean brainwashing in the traditional sense.
I don't want to.
It's magical brainwashing.
It's like magical brainwashing, but they also do rigorous training.
Yeah.
Very similar to how a military organization might do rigorous training to install loyalty.
Because brainwashing works. The reason that along with brainwashing usually comes extreme labor is because it breaks your will.
Yeah.
And when your will is broken, you're far more susceptible to things like this. Whereas they were using magic, and so they were only breaking their will and then letting the magic do its trick.
So that's that. They make it back to the company, and now they're sort of higher up in the ranks. And also, they introduce a new character, the hero girl, who I still don't know the name of, despite her being my favorite character.
I forgot.
I don't need to know her name.
I don't know. Her dad was a guy.
Her dad was a guy.
He was important.
Yeah, her dad was probably male and a guy.
No, he was another hero, but he like wasn't following companies, and so he would just like go into dungeons and fuck them up. This was in the last chapter.
Oh, Cleary Dungeons.
He would fuck dungeons up.
Yeah, so Cleary Dungeons.
And they called him like, I want to say the rogue hero, but I know he's not that, because that's from oh god, the flashbacks. Oh no, do any of you know of the anime? Fuck, the name is so hard to remember. The guy, he gets isekai'd along with many hundreds of teenagers. And
this sounds a lot like an isekai, I know.
It's not an isekai though, because they never show them in the other world.
It sounds like you're just talking about
Guys, this is a moment for me, because this has been in the back of my head forever. This was the first This was the very first isekai thing I ever experienced.
Wait, I know what you're talking about. Okay, so
it's an anime.
So they were in like it was like hundreds of them, right?
Hundreds of them. And they
was
went
there
to
a
another
big
world.
was there a guy in a big robe that showed up over them and explained the rules of the isekai to
No,
them?
it's not Sword Art Online. It's actually
Hey, what did you just say?
it's before I watch. Look, I'm dropping all pretenses right now because I need to remember this. So there's a pink-haired girl, and she's the son. She's the not son, daughter.
Cut the mic.
She's the
Cut the mic. He dropped all the pretenses.
she's the daughter
No, we paid good money for that.
of the Demon Lord, and the Demon Lord. He killed the Demon Lord. The main character killed the Demon Lord and opened up the gate back to the own world, and he successfully got back to their world. But he didn't go for a while because the Demon Lord, as he died, was like, "Look, my final request, my last thing, is that you take care of my daughter. All I've wanted this whole time, the reason I've done all of this and become an evil motherfucker, is to find the most powerful person to protect my daughter."
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. I've seen.
And then
It's the guy with the black hair.
yeah,
And the girl with the pink hair.
and he gets a really big sword.
Yeah.
And she is way too well endowed.
Yeah, but then
Like, that's her whole thing.
and so then
And that she's really needy.
they come back to the real world, and there's like systems in place to deal with all the isekai people because they all have fucking magic powers, and they're all like, okay, we need to like make schools for these isekai people because
Oh.
we can. And then
Oh fuck! I've read. No, yeah.
and then he
This is an anime.
he goes to the school and he's like the strongest, but
Oh,
then there's
shit.
like this
Oh,
council of
shit.
people, and there's a prophecy, and then he's going to school.
Doesn't this have to do with dreams?
And they get
too?
maybe they get put in
Yeah.
the A class, and then they meet some people, and there's some sexual tension with this girl with green hair, and then they piss themselves. They get locked inside of a thing in like a storage closet, and they're trying to get out, and then he makes them piss themselves with his powers because his powers are like perfect manipulation of bodies and like bodily functions and like light. And he uses it, he touches them, and he makes them need to piss themselves, and they piss themselves. And then, oh god, it's all flooding back. It's all so fast.
Oh my god.
And then everyone's getting like weapons because they all get their isekai gear because they have future tech arm bracelets. And the arm bracelets, they give them this power that like gives them the armor and the weapon that matches their soul, and then it doesn't work for him for some reason, and then
I'm
he
searching on
puts
Mal.
like 6 of them on, and he gets like a big ass sword, and then guys,
No, I tried Googling Isekai Demon Lord daughter pink hair, and just people with pink hair are showing up. Go away.
oh no,
All right. Let's. And we all know what manga you're talking about.
no,
It's an anime.
It's an
Anime.
It's not a manga. I
There's-
think it's like Return Badass from Another World. I literally think Badass is the title.
I watched episode 1 of that, by the way. I remember because
God.
his whole thing is that like he tries running away and then like
He brings her home in a leather bag.
he tries running away and then like maids try and stop him and then he just like fucking beats them and takes their clothes off or something.
Yeah, he strips him naked.
And it's like,
And then when he leaves, she's like, "How did you take me? Why am I naked?" And he's like, "Oh, stuff from the other world doesn't go through except all this stuff that I have. Also, I put you in a leather bag." He put an entire person in a leather bag and brought her through a portal to another world. And she was like, "Why did I make it?" And he's like, "The leather bag stopped you from being destroyed." This leather bag. It's not a special leather bag. It's a normal
right.
one.
I remember this guy being really serious, but also just being a complete sleazeball.
And yeah, and he like talks at points about how like he's like, "Oh, I fuck girls all the time. I used to work at a brothel, and they would like, I was a security guard, and they would give me free service." Oh my god.
All right.
Oh,
Hey.
okay. I need to.
Meikyuu Black Company.
Yeah. Oh shit. I need to recover from
So
that
best
flood of
best girl.
dramatic memories.
Problem children are coming from another world,
No,
aren't they?
no,
no, it's
no.
not that.
That's the one with the bunny girl.
Yeah, that's
the one with the bunny
one.
girl and the guy
no, I
who's.
know. I recognize it as soon as I
That's
said it out
That's
loud.
the girl with the bunny girl and the guy who is just Bakugo. But
Yeah,
we'll get to that
but
later,
before
probably.
Bakugo.
But before Bakugo.
I have to find this.
Oh, that hurt.
Anyway, so short-haired girl comes in. She's a hero. She's pretty strong, I guess. She's assigned to
she's
the
a
same
hero.
team as Ninomiya
Ninomiya.
and
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
yeah.
Do you want one?
Yeah.
So she's assigned to the same team as Ninomiya. And they go ahead and start delving into the dungeon together.
I'm only getting this to crack it open in the mic.
Then she actually, I think, then becomes aware that he is like leader of the ants. And then she's like, this isn't allowed. I got to kill all these guys. And then he's like, hold on. And then he just like pretty much just captures her. And he's like, all right. He
ties her up on a stick.
Yeah, and then he takes lewd photos of her. And then he's
and blackmails her. He's like, I have pictures of
I'm just going to blackmail you if you... Yeah. And yeah.
What a powerful man.
Then the demon...
What a winner.
He blackmails her. She tries to like get him really into the company, but then he just shoots down everything that the company...
but the company is like, no, fucking what?
The big example, it's like, the company gives us this perfect store for buying adventuring supplies. And it's like, yeah, but that's also from like the supplies that we brought up here. And it's also like I don't remember his exact logic, but it pretty much just showed that it was a monopoly.
Yeah.
Like it was just a monopoly.
It's like it's super fucked up because you're only buying it from them.
So the material you need to go in there is from this very expensive shop. And you can only buy it from them. So to go...
It'd be less expensive if other people can sell it.
Like essentially like heroes have like higher wages, but it's also just like the same wage because they have to buy all this adventuring gear.
Mm-hmm.
So he's really not getting anywhere but with all these promotions. But so they like keep trekking in there with him threatening her under lewd photo to keep quiet about his connections.
What a hero. What a hero he is.
God, he's really good at dancing on his feet. Like he just bobs and weaves with every problem.
Bobs and weaves, dude. He gets in bed before the light
turns
turns
like
off.
a butter bee, sting like a fly.
So she tries to learn a little bit like what his combat abilities are, but they're relatively next to none.
Yeah,
when she tries to get him into fighting, he's like, here, I came up with this. And it's just a farm for the monsters instead, so he can just sort of domesticate them and take their magic supplies.
The smartest idea.
Is the smartest idea than just having people go...
The company should have come up with this idea because it's incredibly more profitable.
And then she's like, why are you doing that? There's no point in heroes. And it's like, yeah, I mean, the whole point is to not risk your life.
She's like, well, there's no point in heroes. Like, yeah, there shouldn't be a hero. Why the fuck is there a job where you go and die? Just farm it. Just farm it like a normal fucking person.
Why does anybody need to be a sacrificial lamb?
Well, they explain in the most recent chapter.
Yeah. So he gets it. Then a demon lord shows up after the floor collapses or something like that in his animal farm. And then it's just like a demon lord is facing him. Wait, I want to get finished at least with this because we keep getting off track. I want to at least finish this part to where I've read.
Yeah, I was going to explain this part though.
She begins fighting the demon lord, and it's like, oh, it's a hero's duty to fight there. And there's a bit of subtext where she was actually summoned here to get killed by the demon lord because that's what I was going to talk about. That has something to do with the mind. What does it do?
So what it is that the reason they don't just farm them is that like it would like eventually magically run out of like ability to make monsters and shit. But when a hero dies to the demon lord like re-feeds the mind magic power by getting all the magic power from the hero. And so the way they work is that they periodically send heroes to fight the demon lord to die.
That's actually highly effective as a mine because the mine always has materials then.
Yeah.
It's not like
it's constantly growing.
It's not like where you overmine in reality and then you just have to leave abandoned mine shafts.
What happens is a hero dies because they pose it as a subjugation of the lower levels of the donjon. But actually what they're doing is they're sending groups with a hero so that the hero can die fighting the demon lord at the bottom of it. And then the whole mine is reinvigorated by the power that the demon lord gets from killing the hero. Then after a certain amount of mining, the demon lord would be sufficiently powered down, but still strong enough to kill a hero. So they send a new hero in. It's a long enough amount of time that obviously another hero has been born because they statistically know how many heroes are born and how long.
It's not ethical, but it's extremely profitable for mine.
They don't give a shit about ethical.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying shit about ethical.
Anyway, so
ethics is a really bad university class. Don't take it.
Yeah, I've taken.
Yeah, just murder. Just murder those that oppose you, and then you don't need ethics. Because
anyway, so the girl is like, I gotta fight the demon. Take this stone that takes you to the top layer. And he's like,
He's like,
I'm not gonna do that.
And he teleports the demon.
And then he teleports the demon lord to the top layer.
She's like, but there are people up there, and like the demon lord's only trying to kill you for some reason. They'll probably just run back down here.
Yeah. And guess what it does?
But like, and then it does that.
And then let's simplify this. The dragon lolly eats its head off.
It runs down there. The dragon lolly shows up, and they're like, "Cool, where have you been?" Because the dragon lolly's been gone for some reason. And then she's like, "Hey," and she bites it, and it dies.
Yep.
Because it's a fucking dragon. Yeah, there you go. That's the whole thing.
I do love that power scaling, because if there's like a mythic legendary dragon down there, and if that's what she is, then that dragon definitely would kill a demon lord.
Yeah. All right.
Unless if you're playing
now,
Wrath of the Righteous.
Now I can talk about what I really wanted to talk about. Now that we're an hour and some shit into the episode.
It's just about an hour, actually.
An hour and 1 minute.
Yeah, just about an hour.
But we weren't recording. We were recording, but it's going to be cut out the first minute probably.
Yeah.
So like the fucking thing that I'm thinking of. Okay, yeah. The reason I wanted to do Meikyuu, or the thing I wanted to do after we read Meikyuu. I don't even want to talk about Meikyuu. We're just obligated to talk about Meikyuu, all right? The important thing is to burp right now. The important thing.
I just want to say, you look like a T-Rex when you burp.
Oh my god, yes, you do. You
like you
That's
get
an
the
on-purpose thing. That is my soul coming out of me.
That is my soul coming out. Inside, I'm a T-Rex.
Yeah.
hoist up your arms like a mentally challenged kid trying to pretend to be a cat.
And I do this.
Yeah, then you just whip your head around.
This is so great for an audio format. But
no, it's not.
But the real important thing, the real reason talk about Meikyuu is to talk about interesting main characters of isekai, because this is a perfect example of an isekai that is completely carried off of the interesting main character.
Oh yeah, the setting is so boring.
Oh yeah.
And
oh yeah.
An example I brought up to David earlier when we were being dumb and talking about it upstairs and not on the podcast.
Oops.
Is that
can we talk about the main character now?
Well, I was going to bring up the main character of that other manga, the old guy.
Oh yeah, the old guy.
So I read another one recently with a really interesting main character. It only had like 3 chapters, so not a whole lot happened. But it's just this guy. He's like 39, and he does the isekai, dies on accident. And they're like, hey, and God's like, hey, fucked up, I killed you. I'm gonna isekai you. What do you want? And he's like, oh, can I be like, good looking and popular in my life? I'm
young.
a 39-year-old virgin. I want to be like young and popular. And they're like, no, that's boring. You get magic. You get healing magic. You get super good healing magic. All right, go. And then just throws him. He's like, wait. And he's like, no, in there. And then he wakes up in a prison. And he's like, what? And then they're like, well, you were naked in the middle of the street. Of course you're in prison. And then he like gets out via healing magic because he heals some people, and then they like rip the bars off, and he goes somewhere, and then he goes to an adventurer guild, and he's like, hey, I want to be an adventurer. And they're all like, you're 30, you're a fucking old man, and you're aspiring to be. It's just so interesting having an old man in an isekai setting, and not like an old man like he's a cool like ex-gangster old man and he's capable. It's like, no, this is literally just some fucking worthless old guy.
It's not even that old though.
He's not even that old. He's like middle-aged, but
yeah. He's about to turn middle-aged. Because like the average
42 is middle-aged.
Yeah.
In comparison to an isekai
or
guy,
43.
He's old. And so they're all like, why do you want to be an adventurer at this age? Like, why are you just now aspiring to be an adventurer? He's like, I just want to do it. And they're like, whatever. And here's your card. And he's like, this is shit. And like, you're starting out. Of course it's shit. But you're a healer. So luckily, because you're a healer, you're in high demand, so you can actually join a party. And there's these guys requesting a healer right now. I bumped the mic and I'm dead.
Yeah, dude, stop bumping the mic. That's our isekai. You just made my mic an isekai protagonist. Great. Now it's going, dude,
you just did 2 in 1.
But no, I'm wearing headphones to listen to this.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
Fuck you.
Pain on you. But so he ends up like joining this party, and it's this like, average isekai looking character and 2 average isekai hot girls. And then he joins them, and they go to an inn for the night, and they're all going to go to bed. And then he like gets a separate room, and the 3 of them are just fucking nonstop in the other room over. And he's just like, Oh yeah, of course they would.
That sucks.
Oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a lonely. This is too much stimulation. I'm gonna go sleep somewhere else. and like next day, monsters attack and they fight. But that doesn't matter. It's just interesting that he's just this really overpowered old guy, and he doesn't really get how to do it, and he's like really squandering this ability because he's like just this really clueless old man in an isekai world, and nothing's going like good for him. Because
I want to read it.
Because
Honestly, expect this in like a couple episodes.
It's really short, so
yeah, I mean, we could do it as a part of a logo.
I don't remember the title. That's the biggest problem.
Go back and find it.
So I like that in the sense that I like thinking of it like this. Like God has this predetermined set of rules. It's like if you die in that world accidentally, then you just get to become
Yeah, it
an
was like
isekai
such
protect.
a
you just get
given.
you just get to be isekai'd. And
It's like you're lucky there's infinite other universes, all you accidental.
But then he tries to choose a power and he's like, no,
Pieces
that's
of
boring.
shit.
You get this.
and then like
It's overruled.
yeah, because it's just like I
that's boring.
got stuff to do. You get this, bye, and that's it.
Because it's
Like,
fucking God. Of course they're busy. They're doing everything.
Okay, guys, here's
like,
here's a prop.
I just want to say this one thing.
Okay.
I like this idea because it's just like ordinary people then who have no concept of fantasy games, manga, or anything that could
normal fucking.
it would
guy.
just be like, why is this? Why?
And like he's got this like really powerful magic. It's a little like so like another thing that really makes me like isekais more is when they don't give a shit about like censoring or anything. So like if they're like stupid gory, they're usually better.
Mhm.
Or if they just like show nudity outright, they're usually better. Mind you, that almost never happens.
yeah, that almost never happens.
Almost never happens, but it did happen in this. Like you see people with their fucking arms crushed.
The only isekai
and you
manga.
see a guy get his like spine burned off.
The only isekai manga I think that I've ever seen that's super gory and shows just full frontal nudity would probably be the eclipse scene from Berserk.
Yeah, I was gonna say the eclipse scene for Berserk. I was gonna say the exact same thing.
or the rest of Berserk after that. Sorry, do you know how much gore and fucking
Is that
rape?
an isekai?
Is that
though?
isekai though?
The eclipse scene is
after
isekai.
Golden Age. He's just the post isekaiing isekai.
Yeah, it's not an isekai anymore though.
Well, but it's new to him.
No, it's like watching
You're
reading an
implying-
isekai, which
yeah, actually, you're right.
yeah,
There are a few chapters of Berserk that are isekai after the eclipse, because now I realize that the eclipse is technically him going to the realm of like
Yeah.
Quran
yeah,
or Kyun or whatever it is.
QAnon or something.
But it's basically the
I can't
underworld.
remember.
That's where he's
Yeah.
going during the eclipse.
That's why
there
we were
is-
saying it's an isekai.
There is a chapter way later where he also goes to that realm and he just fucking kills one of the five hands.
yeah.
He fucking stabs her in the chest.
He killed Slain.
He killed the succubus girl.
Slain.
Is that her?
The big one.
I don't remember her name.
It's
yeah.
the big one, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
he stabs her in the chest.
The massive
she
hot
doesn't
girl.
Die, probably.
As far as
But
you
she's
know.
annihilated from that realm.
Yeah.
Aw. I like Slain.
Yeah, she's evil and cunning and hot and massive.
She's just
I don't know why he.
so into Guts when he shows up. He's
Yeah.
like, she's like, dude, you're the fucking best.
I don't know why. He killed. Who's the guy that wrote that again? Berserk.
Miura.
I
Kentaro
don't know.
Miura.
Yeah.
I don't know why Miura killed Slain off first, simply on the prospect of don't kill the hot girls first.
Kill hot girls first.
You gotta kill little squid boy or fucking crustacean man.
The only character he properly values is Shirki because she's
guys?
she's the cutest.
I just want you to know if you just look up Berserk on Google and it shows you the characters, look at the picture for Guts.
Let me.
Look at that's the official Google search. That's the actual picture of Guts.
Yeah.
Everybody listening, do that right now. On a mobile device or on a computer.
You gotta
Just search Berserk
David,
and just look at the character section.
David. All right, I asked earlier if you wanted to edit this episode, but now you're gonna screw yourself into editing this episode so you can add shit
What?
like
Why?
the music earlier and that picture of Guts.
I'm already making the video, so the picture of Guts I can do.
Yeah.
You guys do the audio editing. I'll add in the music. I can do that.
Okay.
It would be easier to do that in Audacity
Yeah.
anyways, and we don't edit in Audacity, so.
What do you mean?
We do it. We do edit it in Audacity.
I thought you edited it.
No, we don't edit it in Audition.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I'm just going to add the music in a separate track in Audacity, then compress the file.
Oh. Well, Audition also has separate tracks in the same exact way, though.
Yeah, but I don't...
Hey,
no, you guys edit it.
We're just talking into microphones now. Do we actually have things left to say about Meikyuu?
No, but I do have another character to mention. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, what more is there to say? We've been talking about him this whole time.
Well, his character dynamic and how he's just so different.
Well, now that I've realized
we haven't actually described his personality. Now that I've realized he's Joseph Joestar, it's like
he's honestly just
way too simple to describe him. He's a guy that is in a terrible situation now, and things keep getting worse. But he always, on the fly, is capable of making a plan that gets him into a better situation.
He's super cunning. He's super conniving. He's also a super cunt.
Completely out for himself.
Oh, yeah.
And doesn't care about anyone else.
I am going to say this. The only difference is that in part 2, they keep saying like, but Jojo completely accepts that he has like this destiny and he's not actually a bad person despite being what is essentially just a con man.
But this guy is actually a bad person.
This guy is actually just a bad person.
But the thing is that he understands that a lot of bad people make the mistake of not understanding is that acting like a good person and doing good things is the most advantageous way to go because you make more allies, and the more allies you have, the more you can get away with your shit. All right? That's the reason he has characters like fucking Wannabe around. That's the reason why he won't just outright get rid of the hero by showing her pictures to everyone and ruining her. All right, because he knows keeping them around is far better, and making friends is just better than making enemies.
Yeah, I mean,
which is why he doesn't have any enemies.
It's a pretty good character profile. He doesn't have a lot of enemies. I mean, he has, maybe like the queen, but like she also just sort of like she has to be a part of the ant thing. Like, where else do you?
Yeah, no.
But like he has people he's fucked over, but it doesn't seem like his enemies be them.
His enemies are in such a position that they're completely stuck. And they can't act against him. And that's the only time you can make an enemy. Like you can only make an enemy if they're completely disabled.
Like the tiefling trap lolly. She kind of has to keep him around because she's making him money. Exactly. Although they're enemies because he's not paying back his loan that well. But like otherwise, it's just a loss for her if she doesn't keep getting the money. Yeah, it's like China and America. Everyone's like, oh, China's going to attack America. No, because we owe them so much money, they'll never make it back if they just attack us. Yeah. Same thing. We'd never have to pay it back if they attack us. Yeah. And so that whole dynamic is stuck there because no one is gonna attack someone that owes them money unless they're trying to prove a point to someone else that owes them money. But if you owe them more money than that other person, then it's not worth it to make you into an example. Money is great in the sense that it makes both a disparity amongst common folk, but it is a great equalizer to those who have a lot of it. It's a weapon. It's a weapon if you understand how to use it correctly. Do we honestly have to keep talking? No, but I do want to mention one more main character of another thing. There's another manga I read recently where the main character is a fucking slime. Oh, yeah, right, I read this one too. He's isekai'd into a slime. And that was an interesting concept because he's an interesting main character. This one must be coming up soon too. Maybe it's a long one. You should check your history on Chrome if the windows aren't still open. As scary as that sounds, they're not still open. I actually closed them on my other computer. I'll check my history. I don't know. I go through a lot of pages of shit. I know, but just I'll find it. But I remember. We gotta review. I remember part of the title of this. You know, I feel like I can see myself in the reflection on the TV, and I need to not have any semblance of normal hair. This is fucking audio podcast. It's part of the mystique. Stop. It's part of the mystique. Like just stop. Fucking laugh. I'm ending the recording here. Wait, no. Hold on. All right. So, overall thoughts on the manga. Good, bad for an isekai? I can't get past his hair thing right now. Good or bad? I've beaten him. I've beaten Logan. I like the art style. I like the main character. Of winning. It's fucking its setting is so bad.
The setting was really bad. Characterization for everybody except for the main character was really bad.
Setting ruins it, character saves it. That's it.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. All right.
We need something to end on.
I'm sullen equine, and I'm still waiting for the plot twist.
I can't go.